Hey, how's everybody doing out there? Today is Thursday, May 7th, 2020. Welcome to RTHD, Road to Happy Destiny. I am Coach Bear, Coach Glenn the Bear. This is Season 2, Episode 18 of our fine program. And I'm having some phone issues today, which is why A, the video's late, and B, I'm going to have to really speed through it. I don't have a lot of time on my memory card. Oops. All right. Hey, listen, yesterday I got a message from a friend named Frank, a high school friend who I've known throughout the years, and he said, hey, how about the long version of the Serenity Prayer? You know what I said to that? Giddy up. So we riding? Well, I'm with ya, homie. Here we go. Serenity Prayer, long version, I shall read. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace, taking as Jesus did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that you will make all things right if I surrender to your will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next. Amen. All right, good suggestion there, Frank. I appreciate it. I'm going to be checking the time here as we go so I don't go over. Let's jump into our thoughts for today from my cousin Jeb in Lafayette, Louisiana. My serenity is directly proportional to my level of acceptance. Remember that word. Serenity comes when you trade expectations for acceptance. All right, I'm going to get into that as much as I can today, but also possibly tomorrow. So think about that, serenity, and I really need serenity today because I've been having issues with this phone. I've tried to shoot this episode a bunch of times now, and so I've got to get into serenity, baby. I just have to accept what's happened and get going. Our reflection for the day: I must go to any lengths to free myself if I wish to find my peace of mind. How fitting, right? I've got to find a peace of mind right now with all this that's going on today with trying to shoot episode 38 overall. Episode 18 of Season 2 and RTHD, baby. All right. Meditation for the day. When difficulties come, my efforts are needed to surmount them. So I need to put forth a full effort to conquer these things that I need to conquer, to get over, and to get into serenity, to be in acceptance and get into serenity. So that is the beginning portion of our show. And, I'd love to keep going and going, but it's time to dive into action, baby. Into action. Grab your handy-dandy into action notebook and something to write with, your favorite writing utensil. Let's jot down our 3 categories for today. 1, gratitude. 2, serenity. Woo, serenity now. 3, difficulties. Is it a coincidence that I wrote all these down prior to the first attempt at the show today? And look at what I'm dealing with. All right, for my gratitude list, I'm going to write down what I am grateful for today. For my serenity list, how am I going to be in serenity today, even though I'm reaching some obstacles? And for difficulties list, I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to manage these difficulties that I'm experiencing today. So, gratitude. I am very grateful for the fact that yesterday, my daughter, Olivia Elizabeth, celebrated her very last day of school, in her words, forever. She finished her college studies yesterday and is set to graduate in the near future from LSU. Go Tigers. So I am very grateful for her accomplishments and very proud of her, and very grateful that I had an opportunity to spend some time with her earlier today as well on her first day of freedom. Yeah, freedom. I don't know why my voice cracked. So I'm grateful for that. For column 2, serenity. It's best said in the beginning portion of the Serenity Prayer that I just read. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I can't change the phone situation right now. The courage to change the things I can. I can change my attitude even though I'm very aggravated and have been for a majority of the day. And the wisdom to know the difference. The difference between, where I am and what I should be, right? Where I should be getting to with serenity for today. I got to tell you, yesterday I had a very serene time at the Bonneville boat launch, watching the Blue Angels, and I hope I get a chance to go to the Bonneville boat launch today, because for me, that is serenity, along with my walking and, trying to focus on this beginning part of the Serenity Prayer today for me. Difficulties. All right. Here's the big one for me. I have a very hard time forgiving myself, especially things that have occurred in the past that I cannot change, that I can do nothing about. I can only learn from, grow from, and move on. But I have a very difficult time forgiving myself. Even today, I'm having a hard time forgiving myself for settling for this particular phone, because I've had it less than 6 months, and this is the second time I've had issues trying to record this show with this phone. So I've got to forgive myself for things I can't change. That is one of my difficulties that I'm going to dive into action with, and continue to remember that, I have to forgive myself. If I want to have inner peace, I have to forgive myself. And so that's the into action for today. What are you going into action for in those three categories of gratitude, serenity, and difficulties? All right. I'm going to start a new segment in the show called Advice for Myself. And maybe it'll be advice for you as well if you would like to accept it. But advice for myself, 2 things today. Number 1, enjoy every single moment. The good, the bad, which I've been having today, the beautiful, outside, the ugly, the past, the inspiring, the not so glamorous moments. And thank God, if you're a God person, or thank whomever, through it all. Okay? So I need to take that piece of advice, especially today, as I have been having some ups and downs emotionally. But like we said yesterday, there's a lot I can control, and my attitude's one of them. So I am working on that today. Number 2,